We are here and we're talking. It's just you and me, and we're talking, and we're waiting for people to show up. Why don't you sing something?
Meow, 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 meow.
Meow, 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 meow. Scooch on over. You're falling off this chair. And we'll see if anybody shows up on That's Delicious.
The potato show.
The potato. Okay, let's do this. Let's just do this. Whoa, there we are. That's Delicious. It is I, Dalibor, and this is
Ellie, the cookie queen.
Ellie, the Cookie Queen. Welcome to tonight's episode of That's
Cookie
Delicious. For April 21st. This is the 21st, correct?
Yeah.
April 21st. I don't know what day it is anymore. Do you guys know what day it is? Do you know what day it is? It's today. It's today. April 21st, 2020. Again, big, giant shout out to our friend Jordon at JAYPHER _ on the Twitter. He's all over the place. We're going to get his streaming info up too because he has some awesome streams. He's kind of get that situation sorted. If you want to be a Big Shot VIP, Jordan, by the way, have your sketch done and it's going to be digitally sent over to you. You get a lot of cool. You'll see it later. Remember to check out our Patreon and become a Big Shot VIP. Patreon.com/Dottybutter. It helps. And guess what else? We have a special guest today.
Who is it?
A returning guest. Our first returning guest. Ladies and gentlemen, but mostly ladies, it is the one, the only Spase. How's it going, Spase?
What's going on, guys? How are you?
We are good. Good to see you again with better video quality. So the first time we talked, we used Discord. We used my phone to do the video, and then we used my other phone or my laptop to actually stream everything all at once. So it was quite a big piece of work that we had to do. This was just, hey, let me send you a link and then hit the go button.
Yeah.
Very different. Well, I should probably move the microphone over.
Clear too.
That would help. Ha! Wow. It's a big difference now, isn't it?
Yeah.
People can actually hear us. Hi, everybody. We're back. Sorry about that. It's good to have the microphone in between us. Spase, welcome back, dude.
What's going on, buddy? How you been?
So a lot has happened. I want to get you back on for a couple of reasons, actually. A lot has happened because, and don't mind me, I'm typing things here. A lot has happened because your awesome program, your site, the Booze Nest, your brand, is now booming all over the place, right? It's oops.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that. I gotta pause this sucker. I am doing too much. Sorry. The Booze Nest is all over the place. You got a big group of folks are starting to join. You're talking about all kinds of cool stuff. So there's that big part of it. And you're too young for booze. Don't worry about it. The only booze she knows is boo. There you go. And you're going to talk a little about the annual Macedonian Convention, which is a really big event for all of us. And that's coming up. Are you sneaking off a little bit?
Yeah.
She's going to sneak off for just a little bit here because she wants to play video games. Yeah, our show has evolved into her playing video games. By the way, remember, hold on one second. Come back 1 second. 1 second, please, honey. Reminder, Spase, you voted yesterday. A lot of people voted yesterday. Who was the grand champion of desserts? Ice cream. Ice cream beat pie yesterday, didn't it? I know she's very sad. She wanted chocolate chip cookies to win. They did not win. But guess what, everybody? Vote next week when we have our next amazing tournament.
What's it going to be?
I don't know. What the figure? Give us an idea, all you wonderful viewers and listeners. What should our next tournament be next week for Monday Madness? Okay. With that said, it's just you and me, Spase. Nobody else. Everyone's gone. The world is quiet. It's you, me. We're direct to each other. Yeah. Daughter went in the other room for a little bit. I've got my booze. John says pie. John, how's it going? There you go. Cheers. Let me put up some of these banners here. Some of the brand stuff. Okay, all that stuff is there. Yeah. I like putting this brand stuff up now because it. Look at that. Boom. Oh, nice. Cool. Now I look professional. Anyways. The Booze Nest. Tell me what's been happening with the Booze Nest and this new little role that you've been telling me that you've sort of taken on.
Yeah. So as I think last time we talked, I was just shy of 100 followers on the Booze Nest. We're now getting ready to break 200.
Wow. So it's growing quickly.
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy about it too. I mean, I'll be honest. When I first started the page, my goal was to support local businesses as well as also show the home side. So, like, I'd go to a restaurant, I'd be like, "Oh,
Sure.
let me take some pictures of your up and coming spring menu." But by the looks of it, by the time we're all done with this quarantine, and by the time everything goes back to normal, we might
Mhm.
be featuring summer menus.
Yeah, right.
So it's been hectic. It's been busy. It's like
Sure.
all over the place. And a lot of what I've done to make up for it, of course, is I've made everything at home. So I take everything. I already have at a bar pretty much like everyday things that if you go to Kroger, you can easily buy it.
Mhm.
Um, or if
Stevie
you're
said,
already
"Chase your
home,
dreams, Spase," by the way.
there you go. It's all stuff everyone already has too. So
Sure.
it's not like it's not like you're going out and buying $100 bottle just to make a cocktail I'm making at my page.
Got it.
So that's part of why I've been busy. Also, as of last week, I mean, I'd say early this week, late last week, I've been appointed a administrator and moderator of one of the biggest bourbon pages in Michigan, or what we hope becomes one of the biggest bourbon
Mm,
pages in Michigan. Um, Called the Michigan Bourbon Club, or I'm sorry, the Michigan Breakfast Club.
the
I think
Michigan
that,
Breakfast Club. Okay.
yeah. Name's a little bit different for quite a few reasons, but I don't want to get into that. Um, some people that might be watching, if they are watching via my side, might know the story, but I'm not going to get into the politics why it's
Sure.
named that way. But essentially, it's a discussion page and on Facebook that brings the bourbon world of Michigan and even some of Indiana and Ohio together.
Mhm.
Um, so a lot of what we do is we'll feature, like, let's say a certain, like, we don't do much advertising, but if a store has a certain pig or a bottle that someone's looking for, we try to post it there as well.
Mhm.
So those two projects have kept me extremely busy.
Okay. Sure.
Um, of
I can
course,
imagine. Really.
with the
Crazy.
time of year, we also have the convention on its way, so that's
Yeah.
another thing that's also pulling some of my attention as well.
Okay. So you've let's talk a little bit about I want to talk a little bit about the booze nest just very quickly, and something that
Yeah.
I've noticed. Right, I've been drinking a little bit more, and I don't mean in a bad way. It's just now that I've decided to try out a lot of the things that I had sitting around the house.
Hmm.
As an adult, I think it's okay. I'm not driving anywhere. I'm not getting quote unquote blasted, as we say. By the way, Stevie
Yeah,
said we need a good mojito recipe. Um,
I got you,
I'm
Mojito Steve.
he'll get you hooked up.
Mojito
I'm
Steve all
actually
day, every day.
trying some of the things. I used to only drink on the weekends, right? And like I said, now that I've got a little bit more free time, I guess, and not driving anywhere, and I said, let me open up my cabinet a little bit. Have you noticed other people you've talked to have been maybe partaking in adult beverages a little bit more?
Um, I think not just people I've talked to, but even myself.
Okay, good. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Like when this all started, I probably had what 50, 60
Hmm.
unopened bottles,
Hmm.
and
Hey,
then
Alexandra.
it's slowly dwindling away
Yep.
into less and less unopened bottles. Not by much, of course. And actually, speaking of unopened bottles, for my wife Violetta's birthday, I let her pick any of my
Oh,
unopened bottles she wanted, and that
nice.
would be what we opened on her birthday.
Excellent.
So she ended up picking limited Blanton's Gold, which is only available
Bland's
to
is one of
you
my
in the
favorites.
UK. Yeah, I'll have to get you over for a pour eventually then, or figure out a way
Sounds
to
good.
send you a
Sounds good.
sample during the quarantine.
There you go. There you go.
But even like I have a buddy, he said since this started, he's gone through 10, 15 bottles.
Uh-huh.
Majority
Wow.
of our majority already open, of course. But he's like, yeah, I look at my floor and I see like 10, 15 bottles that I thought would last me till like the fall as a social drinker,
Now you're
disappearing because of it.
now there. Yeah, you're
And
you're going through it. Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
and
Yep.
like even some of my bottles, some are disappearing for the fact that I'm using them for my page.
Sure. Yep.
Um, so a bottle of Tito's that might take me a few months now takes me a couple of weeks if I'm making if I'm featuring Tito's or vodka in my drinks.
Hmm. Yeah.
But
it's kind of amazing though, but it's opening us up to trying more things. Now I'm drinking this one. This is called High West whiskey. Don't mind the Hennessy glass. I got it free for a gift. Me and my friend Mladen, Mladen, my cool Mladen.
Oh yeah.
We were on a cruise back in February, and on the cruise boat, anybody who goes on a cruise ship knows that they sell whiskey at like a lot cheaper. Well, this time it was on sale. Normally, like a $35+ bottle that we were actually on board checking our phones was going for like less than $16, maybe even far less than that. So of course we both bought a bottle, kind of cleaned them up, and it's been quite yummy. It's very strong. It's quite yummy. But we're noticing more and more that we're cracking some of these open. Now I actually went. What are you drinking right there, by the way? What do you got?
Actually, in the bourbon world, in the bourbon world we call today or every Tuesday, Taylor Tuesday.
Taylor Tuesday.
I'm having E.H. Taylor small batch.
Nice, very nice, very nice. Yeah, we actually went and got wine over the weekend. We went to Sage Creek Winery, which is a really great local winery over in Memphis, Michigan. There actually is in Memphis, Michigan. That's good. But they do curbside pickup, so you can drive out. You can actually make your order online. And then they let you know when your order's ready. And I think they're open weekends, Thursdays, Fridays, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that type of thing for a few hours. So you just go there, you pick it up, they'll bring it out to your car. And I thought it's a great way to support local businesses. Obviously local wineries, we can get some more of those things up and running. So as the economy starts to, as the situation starts to come back little by little, I think we're going to be seeing, more and more of our local businesses actually starting to thrive. And I'm definitely personally seeing more businesses doing online orders. Obviously alcohol, booze, wine, things like that. But the online stuff and drive-by pickup curbside, I think personally that's going to become a much bigger thing going forward. Because if you can just go somewhere, make an order for something, go somewhere, pick it up, party stores should have it, right? Cigar shops maybe should have it. Places should have it that normally wouldn't. I think that's, it's better for all of us. So very cool. Very cool. So you're working with the Booze Nest. You're growing your viewership, your readership, your listenership, your one-on-one events. You're having a lot of fun. What are some of the things that you're looking to do with this now that you're sort of going forward?
So, like, kind of how
have you learned anything now that we've been in this quarantine? Have you learned anything to try something new?
Yeah. To be honest, a lot of my palate's probably grown in these 5 weeks more than anything.
Wow. Yeah.
Because, like, obviously, like, especially since I've been so involved in like the bourbon, whiskey, and rye world for the last like 6-8 months, that's really all I've drank. Like, and usually I'm
not even water or juices. He's like, I'm just drinking.
Well, yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
but sure, yes.
But like 90% of things I drink right now are neat. Like, for those that don't know neat, it's pretty much just without ice.
Sure. Yep.
But I guess one thing it also taught me is the palettes that I'm creating are allowing me to create all these cocktails I'm posting on my page. Like, for example, yesterday I posted a cocktail I created that I ended up calling the Masters cocktail. Especially with it being spring and the Masters are supposed to be coming up, or I think just passed.
Sure. They're supposed to be
to commemorate all those golfers as well.
Yep.
So really, all I did is I took some bourbon. You can probably use gin, vodka, whatever you want. Some lime juice, some Contral, which is an orange liqueur, and Arnold Palmer iced tea.
Oh,
and
good
I
Arnold
shook that
Palmer.
up in a shaker, poured it in, and it was probably one of the, I mean, I don't want to say one of the best, but one of the best things I ever created on the spot. Because I'll be honest, all I did is open my liquor cabinet.
Sure.
Like, okay, I have this, and this. And I looked to the side and I saw I had Arnold Palmer. I'm like, this is going to work. And
it did? I'm going to try it, man.
I made it. It was a little sweet at first. So the second time I made it, I added a little bit more lime juice. So anyone that does want the recipe, feel free, send a PM my way or send it to the Booze Nest. Either way, the same person's going to answer.
Sure. There you go.
But kind of like how you asked, what are my plans for the page? Not just the restaurants and promoting potential restaurants, but even like, for example, if you know a restaurant that might be getting ready to launch their spring or summer
Mhm.
menu that might need help, or they just want someone on social media to do it, have them contact me on the Booze Nest or on my
There you go.
personal Instagram. Or one thing I really want to do is, even though it's a cocktail page, so to say,
Mhm.
I want to feature local distilleries, local wineries, local breweries, um, even those that might be trying to create their own. Like I have no issue also featuring homemade things that people might be trying to create. Maybe giving pointers on how to make it a little bit better. Um, so I think slowly down the line, when everything gets back to normal, that'll
Mhm.
eventually be my plan. But right now, it just, especially during a time like this, and like you said, you're drinking a little bit more than usual as well. Creating cocktails that those for those that might be drinking a little bit more,
Yep.
cocktails that they can easily make at home. And yeah, there's the
There's the
Facebook, and
page
we
right
also
there.
have the
Yeah.
Instagram. Um, but yeah, any questions you guys have, anything like, let's say for example, you have 5 or 6 things at home. You're like, this is all I have. This is what I potentially want to make a cocktail out of.
Mhm.
That's also something I could do. Um, Put me on the spot. I don't mind, and if it tastes good,
I like
I'll
that. Put
probably
me
test
on
it
the
out
spot.
myself.
That's always good.
Yeah,
So John
like
asked,
one
what
of
are some essentials for a good home bar, like ingredients or alcohol, to have a good variety?
um cocktail wise, you definitely want bitters.
There.
My
Okay.
favorite bitters are Angostura and Fee Brothers. Those are
Okay.
brands. Um, as far as liquors, I would definitely say your vodka, your tequila, your rum, your brandies. Um,
Any
Pretty much
specific brands of like
the
vodka that you go with, or
um
Tito's? I mean, what's a good one here?
honestly, I've been using Tito's most often lately. But one trick of the trade that I always say to people, is go with your palate. Because if
Okay.
you've been drinking Stoli or if you've been drinking Grey Goose, everything I make could be made with a more expensive or a cheaper vodka.
Hmm.
Even like I remember when I was in high school, I probably wouldn't use these in cocktails right now, but even brunettes for those that maybe want to make a really low budgeted cocktail. Or if you're making like a
You mean when you graduated and you were 21? That's what you mean.
yes, 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 yes. Wink.
Yeah.
But like even like a lot of people see like I'll
Sure.
mention another page that people know, Tipsy Bartender.
Yep.
I see in quite a few of his page or posts he's even using Kirkland's, which for that price is great. And like a jungle juice that you maybe make at convention is another option.
Sure. Well, that's good. That's good. So there you go, John. Those are some good examples. I've one thing that we've noticed, we've found out is that let me adjust my light here. There you go. My wife actually wasn't a vodka drinker. Vodka would mess with her stomach, right? We came to realize
Hmm.
that certain vodkas are actually they're created, they're distilled differently. There's different
Yep.
values and that kind of stuff in there. And so we had to kind of test around a little bit because she'd drink vodka and it wouldn't sit well with her. Stoli wasn't very good for her. Some of the cheaper ones, weren't good. Then we moved on to Tito's. I had her try that. She didn't have any issues whatsoever. So a lot of the times,
Could it
what you may
potentially
not
be
like,
since Tito's is gluten free?
exactly. What's that?
Could it potentially be because Tito's is gluten free?
And that may be it too, and that's one of the reasons I think that a lot of folks don't understand. I was going to say that is check out some of these different mixture vodkas like the Tito's with gluten free or whatever. I think those could definitely change your taste for certain drinks. Like I've actually tweaked my gimlets a little bit. So when I make a
Hmm.
gimlet, I want to make sure that I have a specific type instead of just off the stuff I have lying around, because those
Yeah.
once you start mixing certain things and finding those right beverages that will that will really kind of enhance your drinks. Okay, so we spoke Booze Nest. Now we're going to talk a little bit about something a little different. Totally switch totally switch it up right now.
This is almost like a 360, I think.
I want to. That's a
Yep.
sound. Um, the Macedonian Convention is coming up. So, for those that don't know, every year the Macedonian community gets together through the churches and sets up what they used to call it a Macedonian Convention, but really what it is actually a church organized event, the convocation, let's just say, and people, usually a lot of youths from around the U.S. and Canada and overseas. We've had people from Europe and Australia show up in previous years. They kind of congregate on these rotating. Oh, Lily, by the way, says the Kirkland vodka is bottled by Grey Goose. So there you go. No wonder it's good. They congregate every year in different cities. So they rotate, it's in Buffalo, New York. Was it last year before Buffalo? Indiana will have it. There'll be, Los Angeles has had it. New Jersey. One day we're going to get it in Florida. It's going to be Miami. But so every year we rotate, right? And this year it's back in Detroit.
Yep.
And it usually takes place over Labor Day weekend. However, things are a little bit different this year because of how everything is happening right now. We were reading today or watching some of the news conferences today, and they're talking about, is there potentially going to be a second big wave in the fall and end of summer, that kind of stuff. Things that a lot of people might think are a little bit, more difficult to potentially plan around. And I know you've been getting a lot of questions on what could the convention, this annual gathering event, and we get thousands of people, and they're kind of big booms to the local economies of these cities, right? We have it, if they have it here in Sterling Heights, which is where it's going to be, local businesses, hotels, restaurants and stores and shops. The area tends to build up. We do bring a lot of money and funding and value comes into the area, but things could potentially be a little bit different this year.
Right.
And so you've been kind of tasked with figuring out what would be the best way to get folks this information and what kind of questions might they have, right? And so I'll put the screen back up again here real quick. This is the Facebook page.
Actually, I don't know if you mind.
Go ahead.
But
please.
just to touch on something I posted on the page today, which I think you're just about to scroll past. We did, the admin group of the Macedonian Convention page did post some rules that are going into effect as of today.
Yep, there you go. I see them right there. Effort to return the group to the original intent.
Yeah, so just like you just said, to return us into the intent of the page itself.
Yep.
We have actually gone through the entire page and have deleted every post since the page has been open that do not concern those rules.
Sure, definitely. I mean, you want to follow along. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because when we first opened this page, we had the intent that it's, like you said, the stream way of getting people information. Obviously, the churches each have their brochures that everyone gets and the pamphlets, but especially during a time like this, when we don't know how long this is going to last.
And every state, every city, every region is different right now. Exactly.
Yeah. So, and we might not be able to ship everything, all the information that they're supposed to receive during that timely manner. So essentially, as of right now, I would consider this page your go-to for convention information.
Okay. So stay up to date by going and do a search for Macedonian Convention. That is the public group here, and that's where you're going to see all of this information come to fruition right here. And it'll be faster than anything else. Obviously, it's a great way to keep it in the know.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
No, go ahead. Continue. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, essentially, what the announcement is. Anything outside of convention, general discussions or questions about the Macedonian Convention or the communities or anything related to the church, essentially might get deleted.
Sure.
As far as
you want to keep it on point.
Any promos of events that are not concerned with the convention or have any affiliations with the churches potentially have the chance of getting deleted. One of the rules that are attached to that are where some might have question of, does their post actually count towards this, or will it get deleted? Feel free, message me.
So
my Facebook there.
the whole concept, and obviously I've dealt with this in other groups, other pages. We're dealing with this on other church pages as well, whoever we help out. The idea of keeping a group or a page on point, they tend to go, for a lot of folks that know me, I do a lot of party promotion. I run some of the biggest party group pages in the tech world. That I just kind of on a whim started because of the stuff like you and I do through like Mac Link back in the day and things like that. We started kind of putting together these party groups on Facebook as just a way to keep people in the know. And that quickly can go from here's information on the events to, hey, everybody, check out my cool stuff, or please come to my house, and it's like, so you got to slow down and let us focus. And so I think what you guys are doing with this page is good. Get it back on point. It's not a free promotion area. It's meant to keep people together that are focused on this exact topic, and you go from there.
And of course, it's not against anyone's whose post may have gotten deleted. It's honestly, there was even a majority of posts where it just said content could not be found.
Yeah,
and exactly. At that point, it's just a lot of busy work on the page that people might want to see what that person posted, but if the content couldn't be found,
and that's based on like that person's. And the way Facebook kind of works right now is that person may have specific restrictions on their profile. So they may post something, but the majority of the folks in the group can't see it because their personal profile is set to private or friends of friends and not public. And so that's why you don't see a lot of that kind of stuff. So it's good. Yeah, it's good that you guys are doing that. But I want to mention kind of another reason I had you on here. There are a lot of questions, obviously. On tomorrow night, you're hosting a Q&A essentially on the subject, right?
Yes, I am.
So you see the info down there at the bottom. Let me, I'm going to put in the other, or a larger image of that, I guess, over here. Let me put that.
And I think there also is under the Message Learning Convention an actual event page as well.
Yep, the event page has it on there. Definitely check it out and make sure you guys see that information. But you're hosting a Q&A on Zoom tomorrow. There's the meeting ID. Go to the Mastering Convention webpage and check it out. But the whole Q&A is going to be really interesting. I think one of the first questions is this still going to happen? And I saw somebody posting questions in other pages and then in that group. Is this still going to happen? And so you rightfully said, you know what? Instead of trying to answer 1,000 different questions and all these different places, check out this Zoom. Check out this online meeting, a Q&A session that will hopefully you can ask away all these questions and get information, at least up-to-date information, things that you know right away back to you.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people's schedules might not work with that as well. So the other thing I'm offering with that is, I'll be honest, even if it's quiet and people are jumping in and out, I'm willing to guarantee at least an hour of my time.
That's good. There you go.
So
he'll be around for an hour.
If you can't make it in at 8:30, I'll be on to at least 9:30.
It's right after this show, everybody. Right after this show, you can hop on over to that Zoom meeting. So there you go.
Now, of course, for those that are 21, and will be enjoying a beverage at the same time.
You know what? Even if you're not 21, bring an apple juice with you.
There you go. Yeah. I mean, it might even turn into like a virtual happy hour.
Yeah,
or a mocktail hour.
A mocktail hour. There you go. So this is going to be good. A lot of good information. I'm expecting, or I'm anticipating a lot of great questions for folks in this new era of what are the largest size groups? What are those types of things that we can do? I think what you're doing is terrific, and you're going to answer some of these questions. And I'm sure that's just the first tip of the iceberg question. I'm sure you'll have a bunch coming in at that. So definitely look forward to this Q&A, folks. Just check it out. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I wouldn't have Spase on the show if I didn't think this was the coolest thing.
Thank you. Yeah, and for those that can't make it to the Zoom, or maybe don't know how to work Zoom if they're in older generations or a little bit younger of a generation, feel free, private message me your questions. I'll do my best to answer them in a timely manner. Because I'm sure now that I said that, even my Facebook might blow up. So, especially during the Zoom time, if you're PMing me a question during that time, jump into the Zoom. I'll try and answer them as fast as I can. And like I said, it might just turn into a bunch of us convention veterans just hanging out at some
Hanging out and talking about the old days potentially.
Yeah.
But at least at
And
this,
then-
you're offering up that information. Well,
Yeah.
Spase,
And then,
go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say one other thing we're doing with the convention page. I also posted anyone that has old convention pictures or videos. There's a post on the page. If you can send them to me, I
There you
probably will be taking some time during the next few weeks to actually put together like a throwback video for us.
Nice.
Maybe even
nice.
so-called promo video. So definitely keep in touch.
I'll have to give you all the old MacLink photographs from the conventions past.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I think half of them are already on the page. I saw
They might
as
be.
I was
They might
scrolling.
be. Yep. Well, Spase, again, thank you so much for being the first returning guest on the
I
show.
appreciate it, man.
It's a lot of fun. It's been a month since we had
Yeah.
you on. Isn't that insane? Which means I've still
I
been
know.
locked up here for a month with
Yeah.
craziness. Like with my daughter Eliana, who will walk back into this room in a second now to tell her joke of the day. Here she comes running. Put down the switch. Pause it. Let's get over here. Ellie, all right. You're going to tell the joke of the day. Hold on a second, though. It's time. Now it's time for... And Spase, I'm going to leave you on so you can hear this wonderful joke of the day. Eliana, ladies and gentlemen, it is Eliana's joke of the day. We hope you're science buffs because this is a good one for science. Take it away, Eliana.
My dad always told me, don't be quick to find faults.
Wait, he said what?
Don't be quick to find faults.
Don't be quick to find faults.
He was a good man, but a terrible geologist.
Oh, those kinds of faults. See, I told you, science jokes are the best. They're the best. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Eliana's joke of the day. And this has been That's Delicious. Want to thank Spase again for joining us today. It's a lot of fun. Always good to talk to you. I like the beard is coming in real well. I keep shaving mine. I keep thinking I'm going to grow this out nice and bushy, the quarantine beard, and I keep chopping it. But it's definitely a good sign. Jimmy says iPad, which means she's got to go on. She's got to go. Come on, do those crunches, El. This is good. You guys keep doing this. It's good. You'll hear her in a second. And 3, 2, 1, go.
1, 2.
There you guys, you can hear. She is doing those crunches. Thank you, everyone. Take care. Have an awesome night. We'll see you on the next episode of That's not the cookie show, but That's Delicious. Goodbye, everybody. Say bye, everyone.
See you guys.
Oh.